Hello everybody, it is Sabre Wolf and welcome to another stream. And yeah, it's been a while since I've really done any kind of stream besides my two races for the Coliseum, which neither one of them worked out very well. So because it kind of fell off the face of the earth on my YouTube page, and I've been doing a lot of work for Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, which I am a community manager of. I am Sabre Wolf, part of the community. I figured why not to combine both worlds and do a video of all the stuff I'm doing in the background for the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide community. Again, Final Fantasy VI is a game that was created back in the early 1990s. It was originally released as Final Fantasy III. However, and that game has been re-released multiple times and was correctly rebranded as Final Fantasy VI. The community I'm part of, which is called the Worlds Collide Community, is a group that has decided to remix the game, make it a randomizer, and for mostly the focus of the community is to speedrun it, and various flag sets and rule sets and everything else that come in between there and there. And currently we do have a competition going on right now. It's called the Coliseum II competition. We are currently in the second round of it. And because a lot of the matches, we are limited on staff and limited on people to stream it live, which we do stream the games live over on our FF6 Worlds Collide channel over on Twitch. We actually are trying to get as many the games out to you all through our YouTube, which again is also Final FF6 Worlds Collide, and try to get those matches VOD. Now, again, these are not commentary right now. They will be later on in the series. Probably around the quarter, maybe semifinal rounds, they will definitely be commentated on. But since there's so many out there, we're processing this week alone approximately, I would say, about 20 matches alone this week. That's the 16 matches from the Coliseum event, and there's also another about 5 or 6 matches from the pit. So in general, you're looking at almost 20 matches that we have to VOD. Now the Schwans has also helped me with this in this endeavor. She's taken some of the matches that I'm not able to pull down off the internet, or it has some media issues off there. So he's focusing on any media issue videos that we have, while I focus on just mass producing out the VODs as quickly, as efficiently as possible, trying to do at least about 3 a day that will be posted from 11 a.m. Excuse me. And we do release it on YouTube page starting at 11 a.m. as brand new releases. Starting at 11, and every 2 hours is a new one coming out, all the way through to probably around 7 o'clock in the evening. There'll be a new match put up there, and of course those will be also available for VOD, so you can binge watch all the ones you want. So what exactly is this stream? Well, this stream tonight, what we're doing is we're going to basically walk through what the process is of doing just one of these VOD events. So without further ado, again, going over into DaVinci Resolve. So this is the editor, broke it down to about as big. This is about as big as I can make it on screen. Of course, I have a little gap filler right there, but that's just the way it is. It might seem to look right, but that's actually where my monitor is. I didn't want to flip around my camera like that. Go too drastic with the videoing of this. Also, I will not be. I have chat pulled up on my phone. Because I need the entire screen, except for this one section right here on the screen. For some reason, it has my edit index, which I never use. So my chat is up, so hit me up on the chat right there if you want to know more about what's going on. Okay, or you want to ask me questions on what we're doing. So this VOD, we're going to be editing, and let me double check, make sure I'm doing the right ones. Hold on. Because I want to sure I got the right matchups here. I am doing the Ensign Wesley versus Zelfer match. Is the next one on the table for me to do. So we're going to go over here, and I believe my mouse is definitely pulling over the screen here. We are going to do. Hold on, I gotta make sure which one I did first here. Zelfer is in the one slot. So Zelfer before Wesley. So just to, so first of all, I'm going to put their names up here. just so I keep myself organized. So this will be Zell. This will be EW for Ensign Wesley. Use Zell for here. Zell for again for their tracker. And then we do Ensign Wesley's game. And then over here we have Ensign Wesley's tracker. All right. So those are all unlocked and ready to go. Yep. So we are going to pull over Zeph Sulfur's game. And I already ragged him about a little bit because he did stream it at the highest quality possible that I've seen. Over 14,000 P, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm not too thrilled with him doing that. All right. And then for some reason we have to delete this track. I don't know why it does this to me, but I have to delete that track and then re-add a new track, stereo. Then we'll do Wesley's. So Wesley will go here. Drop another Wesley video up here. Then we got the Wesley videos. Looks like Wesley's video audio is very low. It's a little low, unless it has a process yet, so we'll bump it up just a little bit. And get there. All right. So now we got to. So now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put their names in. So we'll put Zelfer here, and then we'll put. Make sure I spell this right, because spelling is important. Oh God, I can't do that at the same time. Hold on. Copy pasted then. Because when I click off it, should pop up there. Go. Alright, then we get the names in. So we're going to lock those down. And we're going to go those out first. So first thing we got to do is we got to hide all these video tracks here. Because we have to crop down what we want. We just want the game, and we want the tracker. So, now generally I've found that going off of the title screen actually has been the best for this, for the majority of the people that we've been doing this for. So we're doing this off the game there, so they're open screen. So we're going to crop, not that much. So we're going to crop from the left here. And again, I'm using DaVinci Resolve for this. I'm going to crop a little bit from the right. I'm going to crop off the top. And crop off the bottom. Which is a little harder on the darker shades that we see on here sometimes. A little bit more from the right. There we go. Like that. So now we use the zoom, shrink it down, reposition it with the X and the Y, zoom it back out, try to fit the screen here, drop it down a little bit down the Y. It's all about trying to fit it and trying to land in this one little box window. Now, if I did use the map portion of that, it would be a lot, taller than that, so it'd be a lot more black on either side of this screen here. So that's pretty much about the best I'm going to do there, because it's kind of hard to see with the dark bottom there. Alright, let's get back into some gameplay maybe. So we got any overlap here. Nope, we're looking good there. There we go. So it looks like we got it pretty good there. Although Zelfer's name is really tall. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Huh. Why did it do that? That's weird. Okay, well, I fixed that. All right, that's the first time I ever did that. Okay, so now we get the video crop there for that. So now we got to get the tracker. So we're bringing up the next tracker layer here. Bring this layer of video. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but this time for the tracker. So we're going to crop all the way from the right there till we get to the tracker part. Get an edge of black there. Come up from the bottom. You're sure not to clip off the dragonoid feet. Looks like everything else is pretty much cropped already for us. So now we're just going to shrink it down. And we're going to slide this underneath Zelfer's name. So we know that it is Zelfer's. Shrink it down a little more. Keep going, unfortunately. Okay, rotate it back this way. Down just a little bit. Can zoom in just a little bit more. Zoom out rather. And there we go. There's Zelfer's tracker. So that's one down. One other thing we can do with this. Make sure I get the other videos all locked down here. Which they are. Just this. So now the other thing we're doing is I do a 15-second pre-roll before the start of the race. So now I got to figure out. Where the 15 seconds is of when they start the race.
And go.
So there's the go. So now I got to subtract 15 seconds from my time code. Fortunately, it's an overlap of the minute part. So now we're going to zoom in here a little bit on the timeline. And we're going to go backwards 15 seconds, which will be 47, right? Right? 8? No, 57. No, shoot. No, 53. There we go. Yeah, remembering, I'm tired. So we need to go 01, 53, 01. So go back to 01. Hope he's not talking there. She's not. Thank goodness. Those in between is talking. So we're going to crop that off. So now 15 seconds after that.
Go.
No, it's a little bit, chopped a little bit too much there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight those three. Highlight those three. Come on. There we go. We're going to slide this back. Right there. And we're going to extend the video back out. So now.
And go.
The clock comes right up when you hit go.
Nope.
And that's how we got it. So now we know that's in the right spot. So we're going to lock those bars down. Unlock Wesley's. And now we're going to work on Wesley's. So now we got to do Wesley's first layer here. We don't use his video pic. We don't use his camera. So we got to skip ahead a bit. Not sure what we're doing here. It's got a weird layout here. Oh, I know why. Because he went full 14p. So, yeah, this is the awkward format now that we're going to have to deal with here, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're going to have to go by... See, did he get the full... Yeah, he got the full world video. So we're going to go by the world video because it is a little slightly taller. Because it does look a little squashed. So this is where we actually use the open world map. Alright, so we're going to crop... Make sure I got the right one here. Crop it from the left. This is going to be awkward because he's got a weird video format. He pretty much produced this in a movie-style format here. Three-year-old's about to go to bed, so it's always a fight at the end of bed. Right. So that's pretty good there. Yeah, because we use the world map, we can actually zoom in almost full meter there, actually. Actually, zoom in a bit more. Yeah. Actually, this is the first time I've actually had to zoom in further. Can I cheat a little bit more out of it? Oh, yeah, I can. Interesting. There you go. And there is that. Okay, now we gotta get the tracker. So we'll pull up the next layer of video. Make sure we got set selected. Now we're gonna crop that. So we're gonna go from the right here, all the way across the nation there. Grip the edge here. Get rid of his controller there. Go from the bottom. And it looks like he's got to the edge on the left. So don't have to worry about it. And use the same tracker. It's kind of weird how all the matchups have been using pretty much the same tracker as each other. It's kind of interesting. Kind of wild. Very few matchups have had different trackers, which I find kind of funny. That is almost, wow. I think it nailed it on the first try. Are you kidding me? Almost. Gotta zoom in just slightly more. There we go. Okay, now we gotta find the start of his run here. Actually, we gotta mute Zelfers. We're gonna focus on some Wesley's here. There it is. So now we gotta go back to 2516, 03 2516. Alright. Now we got this shows line selected. So I'm gonna delete that. So now if we go to about 15 in here, we will find ourselves at the point where we both start. Okay, Wesley started a little bit too soon. Okay, that's where it fades there. So we're gonna put Wesley here so it starts at the same time. Drag us back just a little bit. Right there, it's when it starts fading out. Extend the video back out. So now.
Testing.
In 3, 2, 1, boom. There we go. So that is how we match it up. So that way both races are starting at the exact same time. Now this is two different sets of videos. You can see you have a little bit of marble on one side versus the other one's blue. So we know, and slightly sliced differently. So we know we get the right sides on each side. All right, so now we're off and running. So now we have to decide whose audio we're going to listen to. Now it looks like Zelfer chatted the whole time. Wesley sounds like he didn't chat at all. I'm going to check, see what this audio right here is. I'm just sniffling. He did chat at the end. So as people have been talking about wanting to hear commentary like that, excuse me, we'll go with Zelfer's audio for this. Now you can see we have a speaker on the screen there. So I'm going to unlock the speaker. I know from experience that the speaker, we're just changing it from, so the video on the screen is an XY axis. Yes, we're going back to geometry and trigonometry and all like that. So we know on our XY axis is smack dab in the middle of the screen. So plus, you know, go up, and minus, you go down to the left from wherever the center screen is. And since the current X position of the speaker is over here on the right, we are going to go the negative side. So if I do a flip here, which has a speaker facing the opposite direction, and I go negative 538, it's right where it needs to be on the other side. So we have Ensign Wesley muted. We have Zelfer's speaker there, And so we listen to it. No, we have.
The strategy is to be greedy for loot and shopping and everything. And hopefully that carries us when shit gets real later.
Unfortunately, we do have cussing like that in there. I can't really control too much of it. I tried when I did booze edit, and I had like about three. I had like four beep 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 beeps in a matter of about 20 seconds of video, and I was like, okay, I can't anymore. So there will be a little bit of language. So can't help it at all. So now we got to go to the end. How do we end? So what the difference are the backs and the videos. So it looks like we did have Wesley beat Zelfer here. Just want to confirm that. Because we did have an issue where video had too many video drops. Wesley did him by 7 minutes. So it will be a period of about 7 minutes where we lose one side of the video. But since it sounds like Zelfer goes all the way through here. We will change off of Zelfer for Final Kefka, though. For the Final Kefka climb. So we are going to have to do a little bit of audio editing here, unfortunately. To make up for that. So you guys going to find a spot where you break away from Zelfer's chat here.
That's also the wrong element, sir.
Okay, so it sounds like right about there. We're going to break it off there. So now we're going to have to lock, make sure everything's locked except for our channel audio. We're going to endpoint here because we got to bounce in and out. We're going to mute it for a second and see here what we have coming from Wesley's side. I'm going to boost Wesley's audio a little bit more just so it's on par.
I was worried I was going to get ultimate count turned, which is why I swore. I was worried Goner would bring Strago down to enough health he wouldn't have killed him, and then I would have got ultimate countered. I probably still would have been fine though, so it was a bit of an overreaction.
We kind of want to have a post interview, kind of like processing of how the run did like that. A lot of people have been doing that. We want to include that.
Oh, but yeah, GG. Looks like I got this one. Very surprising. Let me go raid Zelfer and figure out what's going on over there.
Okay, this Zelfer does start talking about the same time.
Could have burned the horse shield. Yep. Yep. Yep, FA. I will see you in the lower bracket. Let's see, let's reflect a little bit. Could have burned the horse shield. Yep.
Okay, it sounds like we're going to have a very quick audio switch here. So since I only have that one selected, I'm going to scrape it down this way. See if I can do some sort of crossover patch here beforehand.
Let's see, let's reflect a little bit. Could have burned the horse shield. Yep.
Alright, so start of where we need to start the audio coming in right about here. So we're going to relock Wesley's here. Put the out point here. Now we want to cut it. We don't want to get rid of this thing. By cutting it, we keep the other two sides the same here and there. So again, we are going to go back to here, hit out. We're going to actually go out right about here. Switch sides. Cut this portion of that off. Zoom in a little further. Set crossfades here and here. So we switch the audio. Again, we're going to need to switch the speaker here. So we're going to have the speaker come back to here. Go back to here. Because actually, this speaker is where we want it to be. Here and here. So we need to copy, paste the speaker at the end here. And then shrink it down so we can move it into middle. I don't know why my timeline just did that. So, okay, put it over here. Can you come with me? Thank you. And we're going to push this out to the ends, here and here. Figure out where the crossover point is. We're 1 second in, right about there. So this is where we want these two to meet. We're going to flip 538 that, so now it's on the other side. My phone cleared out, so if you might chat with me, I'm sorry. I don't know why my phone shut off like that. I hadn't updated my phone recently, and it's been a pain in the butt right now. Alright, so now we gotta go over here to our effects. We're gonna crossfade that. And we're gonna extend it out to the end of each audio line. See how it matches on either side. And see how the speaker switches with the audio.
Like an element, sir.
And then we have the audio switch there. And we gotta do it again at the other end. But this is gonna be a lot faster though, unfortunately. Because of the way the audio kind of came out. So it's gonna have a little kind of a steeper up. Oh no, that's not what we want to do there. Oh, yeah.
Over there.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's about the center. Cross it over there. Right to the ends in that one.
On over there.
Yep. Yep. F-A. I was.
So the speaker goes over there, so now you know who you're listening to.
You in the lower bracket. Oh man, I was hoping to get the bye next week too, but. Oh wait a minute, am I facing you in the lower bracket specifically? Or are you just saying, see you there? I don't have mute, which means I need to.
Now, one of the other things I'm doing is I'm waiting for, if able to, waiting for this video to go white, and using that white transition to get to the next part. Since we already cut our audio there, we don't need to worry about that. But we are going to lock everything else to make sure we don't accidentally delete something. So we're going to endpoint this speaker. We don't want the speaker to do it. So we're deleting that right there, chopping that off. We're going to see right where the white comes up. There's the full white envelope there. So we're going to do a 10-second dissolve for this. Fortunately, we also lose the tracker there. I mean, that happens. The one thing we also got to do, we also got to edit to where the winner's thing is. Now, the winner thing, the winner seal, I've been doing when the second kapow hits. So we got to line it up with that. So on that second kapow is where we want it to hit. So there's the winner thing. So now when we hit it, a little closer here. So when we get in there, we get the kapow. So that second kapow is when it pops up. And now, and depending on which side it's on, again, that's the positive negative, or the x-axis line is where we do it for that. Okay. All right, we're still moving right along. All right, so now we got the winner badge. We can lock that down for now. We want to follow Zelfer now. We got to figure out where we're going to end Zelfer on this stream, because he is very chatty. He chats a lot at the end. So we got to find a good spot where he actually ends the battle to where we can chop him off at the end. So that's a good spot right there, actually.
Yeah? Oh. Either Shock does it, or he's just above. No, he's not. Alrighty, we are done.
Okay, we're going to end it right at the end of this Kefka drop here, or before he hits some keys on the keyboard. So right about there. So, Now we want everything on, because we are cutting this whole section out. All right, so we want this on, this one, everything on, because we're cutting that section out, because we're not going to do anything past that point. Okay. Oh, I didn't do the background. Shoot. For me, the background's still at the end. Okay, here we go. On the background, in there. Okay, we want the winner badge to go all the way through. Audio's going all the way through to that point. That's fine. One other thing we want to do is we want to stop the clock from ticking.
No, he's not. Alrighty, we are done.
Okay, so that kapow kapow there. So now we drop in our still of the background. Right there. This is actually a still graphic. We're going to drop in our dissolve to take out the clock. And this will essentially remove the clock.
Alrighty, we are done.
Because everything else is the same, because we're layering on all the video, all the titles, and everything else on top of this background, this section right here. So now we can just go through, and we don't have a clock anymore. We can just go on without a clock. We did at the beginning. At the beginning, I kind of dead rolled, added a clock in, and rolled at the same time. I had to dead roll, what's called dead rolling, which is you just hit record on a record source, and you just, or butt edit really too, old school lingo, and you just record out a very long piece of video to put as a background because it's animated or you want to do other things with it. Because this one in case is animated because it does have a running clock. So I ran that for 3 hours in the background in order to do that. And then we have a still graphic of no clock, so I can take out the clock because when he ends, we don't need the clock ticking anymore because nothing's happening anymore. The match is over. And we can just have the satisfaction of Kefka melting away, at least a little bit of them. Okay, so that's how long. So that's all that. So, just make sure we still got the bidding good to go.
Here we
Lock everything up. Make sure we don't
I can
delete anything by accident.
I get to your as I just whatever the hell I'm doing.
You ought to get starting your hearing is me locking each part there.
And go. Alrighty. Nope, I fucked up. My auto tracker is not auto tracking. Well, that's what happens. Slot shock. Oh, weird.
Again, the cussing. Sorry about that. So we want to make sure we got that. We're going to make sure we got the audio switch there. That's good to go. So cue up to here.
Ifrit. Alright, we have my
Get rid of the effects bug so we can actually see this more and bigger.
There's ice 3.
This is all about non-linear editing, everybody. This is how it works for non-linear editing. I do have a background in it.
Wave cannon. That's lightning. That's also the wrong element, sir.
So, again, this is non-linear editing. We'll call it non-linear editing. I do have a background in this. I do have, technically, I have 18, 22, 23, 4, 5. I have over 25 years of television experience, which includes editing, production, directing, associate directing, live events, stuff like that. I have 25 years of it and also have much more many years in video games. So putting two together is pretty much my passion on doing that. So again, that whole entire process, minus my intro, I've been streaming for about 36 minutes. So each video takes about 30 minutes to edit. This one took a little longer because I was explaining things as it went along. So each video really takes about 25 minutes to edit. And it takes another 20 to 30 minutes to render. So, and then it takes another bit of time for uploading and to create the slug, the details, the tags, scheduling that, and like that. That takes another additional 5 to 6 minutes. Plus, I also make the graphics on top of that for the thumbnail. So all in all, by the time everything's done and rendered and everything, it takes about an hour per video. Now, when you multiply that by the number of videos I have to make, like say 16 videos for just a single round, or me and Swans, that's 16 hours of video editing like that we're doing out of our spare time for you all. So this is why it takes a while. This is why we're not doing commentary on that. Because if we did commentary on top of this, that means I'd have to complete this whole entire thing, play it out, record my voice only over, or record my voice only over the entire thing, drop that piece in, make sure it matches up, and then render it a second time. Which means that would be taking additional total length of the actual whatever this race was. So in this case, if I did this race all the way to the end with Zelfer running, but he's talking there in time, so commentary wouldn't work that way. But if nope, neither one was talking, this was an additional was a 90 minutes. So it had to take another additional 90 minutes of commentating on top of that, with setup and everything, take another 15, 20 minutes. So you're looking at an additional 2 hours just to do commentating on top of that. This is why we're not doing commentating on top of everything else in the early stages, because it does take that long to do. So that's it in a nutshell. That's basically how to edit the videos like that. If you want to know more, just hit me up in the chat in the Discord. I can actually walk you through all of that and everything if you want to know more. Once again, I am Sabre Wolf. Please check me out on my YouTube page, which is Sabre Wolf 18. And of course, streaming right here on Twitch on Sabre Wolf Gaming. There's 2 M's in gaming. So Sabre Wolf 18 for YouTube, Sabre Wolf Gaming, 2 M's in gaming for Twitch. All right? Thank you for joining me. I hope this clears up all the stuff that we're doing in the background, how much work it takes to do all this stuff for the VODs. I'm not going to do the rendering process like that because that's going to be boring, just staring at a rendering bar for 30 minutes. But yeah. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for watching, and you all have a very good night. Bye-bye.